In today's video, I want to share with you the number one mistake that I think a bride would make when picking a videographer. Hello, good evening and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is John and I'm a full-time engineer and part-time photographer and videographer. I'm actually in the process of packing for a wedding tomorrow right now. I've been charging my batteries and getting all my stuff ready. And while I'm waiting for my gears to charge to get packed up in my cases to go tomorrow, I want to get it ready. I just want to take a few moments to talk about a topic that some of my friends and I have been talking about recently about wedding videography. And specifically, what I would say is the biggest mistake that you could make when picking a videographer. If you're new to the channel, I'm a full-time engineer and I shoot wedding photography and videography on the weekends. It's my hobby and I really enjoy doing it. I enjoy capturing the moment for the bride and groom for something for them to look back on. I shoot a lot more videos than I do photos and I want to kind of balance that out in the future, but recently I shoot a lot of videos. I think the biggest mistake that a bride would make when picking a videographer is waiting too late to pick one. And here are a few reasons why. In 2021 and 2022, a few of my friends and I, videographers, had conversations on and off about how we feel like videography is second class to photography. We don't really know why. I think the main reason is everybody come into it thinking, oh, I must have photos to hang on my walls. And that's true. I myself prioritize photography over videography, but I'm here to tell you why the two should go hand in hand. So one of the biggest mistakes I see a bride would make is she would prioritize a photographer over a videographer. She would go on and book a photographer and then wait until the very end to see if she has a budget for a videographer. I mean, it's cool. It's your money. You do as you wish. In a different video, I talked about how it's important to book both a photographer and a videographer right after you set a date and pick your venue, because you don't want to go through and spend all of this money and have nothing to look back upon your day. The wedding day is going to go by like a blur. Trust me, I've experienced it. All of the couples have experienced it. You have so much going on during the day. You're nervous, you're excited, you're sad, you're happy. I hope you're not sad. I hope you're happy. But the families, the cousins, the aunt, everybody wants your attention. The bridesmaids, the groomsmen. So everything's just everywhere. So it's always good after the day to sit down and watch a video or look at pictures together and say, oh, remember that person was there. So why shouldn't you prioritize videography with photography? To discuss that, I think we need to discuss how are they different. Photos are stills. They capture the moment, they freeze the time, they just take a snapshot of the moment. Whatever's happened then, freeze it. Videography, on the other hand, capture the story. It captures the emotion, it captures the audio, it captures everything and just save it so you can look back on it, you can relive it. So here are two examples. In a picture, you see, oh hey, the groom is really excited to see the bride and he might have little tears in his eyes as he turns around. But in a video, you see that the groom, as he turns around, you see the expressions in his face, you hear his voice.
You're crying. Oh,
you hear that he was about to cry, looking at his bride. You hear how he's telling her how beautiful she is and he can't take his eyes off of her. How he can't wait to marry her, how he's tearing up as he's watching his future, thinking about his future with his bride. The two are different. Another example, take the toast or speeches. In a photo, you see, oh, Uncle Mark is talking at my wedding. My BFF is talking. I have no clue what she said. I may not even remember what she said, but it was probably very sweet. In a video, you get to hear them, you get to see them, you get to see the expression.
It's hard for me to believe that this beautiful bride was once my little Paganini girl.
You get to relive everything that they said to you during that moment. All of the best wishes that they tell you, all of the experiences that they share with you. And then you get to hear the laughter of everybody in the room when somebody makes a joke. There's a big difference between the two and how you get to relive it. In a picture, you get to hang it on your walls and look at it as you walk by and say, oh, that was a beautiful day. In a video, you get to relive the emotion, go back in time, as you are walking through, as you sit down on a special day, as you sit down on your anniversary and just rewatch the video and go back in time. I'm a photographer too, so I'm not making light of their work and I'm not putting them down because I think they do a lot of work. There are plus and minuses for both photography and videography, and they should be prioritized the same. Take a toast for example. When your BFF is about to give a speech, the photographer walks up. He or she has to know the best angle, the best lighting, make adjustments in camera to get ready to shoot. A videographer will do the same thing. Walk up, pick the right angle, frame the shot, make sure the light is right. But there's more. If there's not enough light, the videographer will have to bring in lights because we can't just change settings like a photographer can. This audio we have to bring in to capture the way to record a video and then sync it up in post-production. I'm gonna be honest with you, as I'm sitting here about to shoot a wedding for somebody tomorrow, my wife and I regret not paying somebody to shoot our wedding video for us. We didn't have it in the budget at the time, we didn't think it was important. I wasn't shooting video at that time, so I didn't know any better. We had some friends who were very kind, very gracious, and they shot videos for us on their phones and they put it together, and I was able to put a complete video together. But it wasn't the same. I wish we had paid somebody like me to come in and shoot the video so now we can watch it over and over and over. So to wrap it all up, I would say that one of the biggest mistakes that a bride could make when booking a videographer is waiting too late to book one. You might wait to see if you have it in your budget to book one, but what if you don't have enough budget at the end? If you have enough budget at the end, the videographer that you like, the one you can connect with, the one that would capture the day as you imagine it, may not be there. If you don't have the budget, you might cut that part out of your wedding and not have one at all. But what you will be missing is something to look back upon when everything is said and done. Trust me, weddings are expensive, especially at the time that we are, recessions and everything's going on. Weddings are expensive. You got caterers, you got rentals, you got photographer, you got dress, you got shoes, you got flowers, whatever. Everything is expensive. But wedding videography is also very expensive. The gear that we have to bring to a wedding, more than just a camera, we have to bring microphone, drone, lights, tripods, gimbals, in order to make everything look professional and capture the day as perfect as possible. The experience, time and time and time that we go out there and we shoot and we learn. I learn something new in every video, and I hope to keep learning and growing in every video that I shoot. Different scenarios, different light condition, different audio condition, and how to make all of that work together. Ultimately, the deliverable. So after we shoot all of that, we can't just put it on a jump drive and give it to you. I have to go home, edit it. So I have to invest in software, computer, monitor, as you see back here, to put all this together and make it look good, make it something you want to show your best friend, make it something you want to watch again and again and again. So I would say that having some video, even from a cheap videographer, is better than no video. But I would say that make video a priority for you is important, because you spend all this money making beautiful flowers, beautiful venue, beautiful decorations, and then the videographer doesn't even know how to adjust the light, can't shoot at a correct depth of field, can't capture audio correctly. Your day just is not the same. Times and times and times again, I would have a bride contacting me after I deliver a video to them, and they say, "Oh, I love watching your video. It brings back the memories of the day," or "It captured the day as we imagined it," or "We didn't even know that this happened, but you captured it, and we just sitting here crying when we watch your video." And that just makes me feel so blessed. It makes me feel appreciated, and that's what keeps me wanting to shoot more and more and more videos. It's not even the money. And I'm not saying that so you will book with me and get me to shoot your video, although I would love to. I've turned down over 10 wedding videography jobs this year just because I want to prioritize other things. Either I'm already booked because the bride waited too late, or I have the weekend booked with other activities other than shooting weddings. It's currently too hot in Alabama to shoot weddings, I'll tell you that. So I'm not really saying all this so you go and book a job with me. I'm just saying it because I feel like it needs to be said. All that to say, don't make the mistake of waiting until it's too late to book a videographer. Don't wait until your budget is almost dried up to book a videographer. Don't wait until the very end and 2 weeks before and you go looking for a videographer, because you may not get one that you like. I had a bride reach out to me last week, want me to shoot a wedding for her. She wanted to pay me $250. It's not even about the money, but I wouldn't even turn on my camera for 250 bucks. Why? To me, it's an insult that that's all she thinks my work is worth. The amount of time that I spend, 10 or 12 hour days, the day of. Today I spent 2 or 3 hours getting my gear together, and then I have to drive to the venue, I have to drive back. I left my family for the day. The time that I would spend over the next 2 weeks after that, 3 weeks after that, editing the video, put it together, make it look good. To me, it just felt unappreciated, and I don't want to do a job that's not appreciated. So anyways, don't wait until it's too late. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new here, I'm glad you're here. If you've been here before, thank you so much. And I hope you book your videographer, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.